now.
Welcome back to Bloom. Did you know that on average, Americans eat 17 teaspoons of sugar each day? Well, this is National Nutrition Month, and joining us with some tips for cutting the sugar from our diets is America's no-sugar baker, Jayne Jones, who's the author of the Cookbook of Healthy Living and Still No Regrets. Welcome back to Bloom. Jayne, how are you?
Hey, I'm feeling fantastic, and yes, I can't believe it either. 17 teaspoons on average of sugar every single day.
That's so much, and I know we're kind of stating the obvious here, but obviously we have to cut the sugar out. Talk to me about why that needs to be out of our diets.
Well, hey, here's the deal. The Bloom fans out there know the story. Ended up in the emergency room, had no idea I was very sick. Blood pressure was 289/180. They say my glucose level was 600. 6 months later, insulin-free, diabetic medicine-free, sugar-free, 60 pounds later, and my vision that I lost was back to 2020. So, friends, I have no choice in the matter. I used to love this kitchen behind me, used to bake all the time. I gave up baking for those 6 months. Oh, no, not any longer. Completely sugar-free baking, but that doesn't mean we lose the taste.
I love that. And so, you know, for people that don't have one of those huge wake-up call moments, but there are little subtle things that their body is telling them, you need to start cutting back, you need to start cutting back. What are some of the benefits of this sort of diet for them?
Oh my gosh, well, there's many benefits. Oncology patients that have cancer are told to have absolutely no sugar. Folks with heart disease are told to limit their sugar amounts. And, you know, those keto folks out there too are just good users of a no sugar option. So inflammation causes with sugar, but here's the deal. You got to be really careful when you read labels. I've become like this instant label reader. I actually know now that sugar has like over 75 different names that the FDA gives it through those labels. So you got to watch the labels. You have to be completely sugar-free in my case, but that doesn't mean, again, like I said, no, there's zero guilt in eating these OMG Oat Bars that have all these little goodies in front of me. Do you see that? There's a sugar-free chocolate candy, a little bit of oatmeal, a sugar-free dark chocolate chip. It all goes into these bars that literally will have your friends and family screaming for more.
I love it. How do you make some of this stuff? Let's go ahead and dig in.
Yeah, let's dig in. This one's a tricky one, friends. So I'm going to kind of tell you about this because, you know what, I used to kind of ignore every single recipe that called for what? Sweetened condensed milk. Goodness gracious, it is loaded with sugar. So I did figure out a way to make the no sugar baker sweetened condensed milk, which is an ingredient, a layer that you use to make these bars that are look at that, look at the layers in that, baby. Oh, yes. Here's what you're going to do. Get yourself a saucepan. You're going to add in 24 ounces of heavy cream. You're going to add in 1 cup of what I use is the all-natural root vegetable sweetener that's like a powdered sugar, but it's actually root vegetables that are made into it, along with 4 tablespoons of butter, along with a little bit of vanilla. Go in, like I always say to you, go in as much vanilla as you want to. Bring it to a royal boil. Let it boil for a good half an hour. Then you're going to let it sit. You're going to pour it into a refrigerator cup, put it in your refrigerator overnight. That's actually going to make it thicken together and become that no sugar baker sweetened condensed milk, which you will use in this recipe. That's kind of just like the oat bars is a base of a cookie. Then you add in the sweetened condensed milk with sugar-free dark chocolate chips along with some butter. That gives you that fudgy layer in the middle that you won't believe is completely sugar-free. Crumble it on top with cookie dough on top. Bake it, and OMG, you will be saying that all the way to the bank.
OMG, I love it. How many of these can you like get away with eating? I feel like since there's no sugar in it, you can just keep going, right?
Let's be a little realistic here. We're not going to overeat, right? We're going to make sure that we limit. Once in a while, folks are like, well, you know, I can eat the whole pan. No, you can't, right? Let's be realistic about it. There's also oats in them. So there is that little bit of carbohydrates. So that will raise your blood sugar a little bit. In moderation, friends, in moderation.
Moderation is the key. And you know, the great thing about this is you know what's going in your food when you're baking it in your own kitchen, right?
Oh, absolutely. And you know what, again, like, even if you're not have the Z word with me, diabetic, you can actually really enjoy these completely sugar-free foods. And don't tell anybody that you're baking them they're sugar-free. Let them guess afterwards. They'll never know it.
Oh, congratulations on the success of your first book, and this is your second one now. Why should people go out and get this one?
Well, it's over 100 recipes. Everything from entrees is about 50-50. 50% desserts and sweets and all the goodness, and 50% breakfast foods, brunch, you name it, it's all in there. I also tell my story a little bit so you understand what it's like, because I live it every single day. If I can do it, you can do it. It's nosugarbaker.com. We have over now 250 free recipes posted there, completely sugar-free. Hey, I'm a lawyer by trade who got sick, but that makes me about as authentic as they come.
Well, we sure appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And I think I need to try to head over to the kitchen and make that too.
Have a great day, you guys. Always good to see you.
All right, thank you. And for more information on the No Sugar Baker, you can head over to WFLA.com/Bloom. We'll be right back. More Bloom coming after this.